Which laptop is better? Which one should I buy? Should I buy it online or offline? Which brand should I even consider? I get this kind of questions every now and then. So stick to the video till the end and I'll be clearing out all of your doubts here today. But before starting, I want to clear out, I'm not giving any kind of recommendations like top 5 or best 5 laptops. You will find plenty of them on YouTube. But I can assure you, if you stay till the end, you will never need to watch this kind of videos anymore. So I have summarized every single thing that you need to know. That all boils down to 5 most important points to be considered before buying a laptop. I say let's make it 6. You will get a bonus at the end. So the priorities will be like figuring out your needs and budget, followed by the most important and least bothering features, important, sometimes bothering features, and good to have but most bothering features, and lastly the support and warranty. So let's start from the top of the list. Guys, I never recommend a laptop at the first place, so make sure you really need a laptop. People prioritize their budget on the top, and it's kind of right since it's always been a big issue for everyone. Unless you have a gold mine sitting under your backyard, even then I'll give priority to the needs. Otherwise, you may end up with a potato machine and soon realize your paperweight has more features, or a super duper ultra hyper fighting machine which does nothing more than running the dinosaur game at the cost of your gold mine. So note down your needs with priorities, keeping in mind what you do, where you do, and how long you do, and make a balance between your needs and the budget. So moving to the next point. Even though these are the most important parts, you won't be noticing these as much on your daily workflow. So we have 4 of them. The first one is processor, the most important part of any computing devices. Thankfully, we have a lot of choices here, both from AMD and Intel. So you can choose from Intel i3 all the way up to i9, or AMD Ryzen 3 all the way up to Ryzen 7, and all of them have multiple generations. Little bit confusing, but think it like that: bigger the number, better the performance, and obviously more it pulls on your pocket. So bring it in perspective. If you are mostly browsing through internet, watching videos, or doing basic stuffs, then a basic Intel i3 or Ryzen 3 will be more than enough for you. But there is a but. Processors are mostly non-upgradable on any laptops. So think before you choose. And keep in mind, this is definitely not a good idea to price cut here. So the second one is RAM. After CPU, RAM is the least upgradable part, and we don't even have much choice here. Mostly you just can select from different sizes of RAM. If you do basic stuffs and some internet browsing, then 4 gigs of RAM should be enough. But considering at least 8 gigs of RAM would be a good idea, because our good old friend Google Chrome is becoming more and more hungry nowadays. But if you do multitasking or video editing, then my friend, you're gonna need a lot of memory. Take my word. And make sure whether you have an extra slot or not on your motherboard, because some manufacturers are integrating the RAM on board, or some do not provide extra slot. So in that case, you may not even upgrade the RAM, or you may need to replace the old one. So check that before buying. And the next point is the storage. Basically, it's easily upgradable. But nowadays, manufacturers are shipping laptops with non-removable backplates to make it thinner and lighter. It's a good thing, but sometimes it can be a little hassle. So it generally comes with two types of drives. The first one is our traditional magnetic hard drives with rotating platters, and the second one is solid state drives with obviously no moving parts, and sometimes with both on higher end devices. So the basic difference is the magnetic drives are slower and the solid state drives are much faster. So if you install SSD even on your grandma's laptop, it can potentially improve the performance. But you know, it comes with a huge price tag. So the next and last one in this section is GPU. These are mostly non-upgradable and we don't have much choice either. So you have to deal with the one manufacturer is providing. It generally comes with two types. The first one is integrated GPU and the second one is with the dedicated graphic unit. And you can go with the integrated graphics because it's basically efficient enough for most of your tasks and cheaper, unless you do graphics intensive tasks like video editing or heavier gaming. So if you go with a dedicated graphics unit, then you there's a lot of variety, but you probably won't have any choice here. So it actually the same rule all over here. Bigger the number, bigger the price, and better the performance. So you have to choose correctly. That takes us to the next section, battery and cooling. These are the features you won't notice much on the spec sheets, but it can affect your daily workflow so much. We all know the truly entire day battery life is not a thing today, but hopefully we get to see them. Who knows, even with 2 or 3 days battery life. But till then, we have to deal with what we get today. And the cooling. Exactly identical two devices with same features, same hardware, but with different coolings can show a huge difference in performance and battery life. So you should check them. So here's come the section with most bothering features. You can't even think these tiny things can bother you so much, and you probably will notice this every time you turn on your laptop. And we have a lot of them. The main purpose of a laptop is portability, and this can be a huge advantage and disadvantage at the same time. A lighter and thinner laptop is always a better choice, but you may need to lose some performance and upgradability here. And the display, it can be a deal breaker for so many people. If you are a media consumer or a media creator, you may need a good color calibrated and color accurate display and with higher resolution, but it also comes with a hefty price tag. And people always complaining about the touchpad and the keyboard, so you need to make sure that the keyboard has a good amount of travel and the touchpad has a large working area. And the thing you must consider checking is the amount of ports and type of ports you are getting, because it's so much bothering sometimes, and dealing with a lot of dongles is so much annoying. And people also get confused with so many ports like Thunderbolt or Type C. So check that. And if you watch videos, movies, musics, or a media creator, you may need a good quality of speakers. I prefer a front firing loudspeakers, but it's a choice of everyone. So make sure you check the sound quality. And some other features like webcam, the network cards, aesthetics can bother you so much and burn you in anger in no time. So it's a good thing to check that before buying. So the next and the last section is support and warranty. It depends on so many factors like from where you get, which brand you are considering, and even where you are living. So just check the deal before you buy. No matter online or offline, just go for the better one. And if you get some warranty extension, definitely go for it, even if you have to pay some extra cash, because sometimes it's really expensive or sometimes it's impossible to get the parts replaced or repaired in case of any damage or failure. And some manufacturers do not provide home service, or some manufacturers do not provide home service after the warranty, or some manufacturers have area restrictions. So it's also a thing to keep in mind before buying. So before we move to the bonus tip and my configuration, make sure you get subscribed to this channel and press the bell icon for more videos like this, and you can like and share this video to your friends and families to show your support, and comment down below which configuration or which laptop you think is the best. You guys may see I'm using a laptop here on my desk with a secondary monitor plugged in. It's basically a very tight budget laptop from Asus. It came with Intel i3-7100U 7th generation processor, a 2400 MHz, 4 gigs of RAM from Samsung, a magnetic drive of 1 TB capacity, probably 5400 RPM by Seagate, and Intel HD 620 integrated graphics. It's probably the least powerful system as per 2020. But I made a minor changes on it. I have replaced the 4 gigs of memory with a 16 gigs stick. Since I did not have any extra slots, so I have to replace the old one. And I also added a solid state drive of 500 gigs by removing the optical drive. I did it all by myself after the warranty period. So you also need to make sure that your brand supports the upgradability, because mostly it requires to be upgraded by the brand, or if you upgrade it by yourself, then it voids the warranty. So after upgrade, I can easily edit videos on Premiere Pro at 1080p and smoothly use After Effects, which was impossible or not practical at all before the upgrade. And I play some games also. I play Asphalt 8 and Modern Combat 5 on this system, and it can easily handle both of them at highest setting. So a very basic configurations like this can also perform very good, just upgrading or changing some minor things. It's a good way to save some money by selecting a lower spec laptop or cheaper one and upgrading it later by your needs. It's always not just about the hardware. It also depends on the system you are using and the optimization of the system. I don't want to promote Asus here, but they really have a very great support. I code on my laptop a lot, and I broke down the keyboard twice and I have got replaced them within a week at my home at free of cost. So it's a thumbs up from me to Asus. So I hope you like this video. If you need more information like this, just comment down below and get subscribed and share this video a lot, and stay home, stay safe. Signing out, DigiLife India.